All right, folks, you are live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. We're about to get this party started one more time, y'all. It's Tuesday, y'all. You're about to get live with Lonzo, the Godfather, and my man Dusty Vision, y'all. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, y'all. We are back. Yeah, I got some new toys. Dusty One, where you at? I see you in the dugout.
Right here, my man. I was in the back dancing, doing that dance I did last week when we hit that 215, Playboy.
Man, I got me some new toys. You know what? After last week, I was inspired all over again, man. Because I got a mixing board. I bought a new mixing board, and it has like 4 banks of 9 special effects. So I got 4 times 27, 4 times 36.
Okay.
Different special effects I have access to. So I got about 18 of them noticed. So you're going to hear about all 18 today, goddammit.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Over the next couple of days. So, yeah, man. But we back again, man, with the same old bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, it's like we can't even grieve. I mean, geez, we talked about Young Dolph earlier this month. You know, the hip-hop world couldn't even grieve for that for 2 weeks. We got Slim Hunter that was killed, and it's been damn near a week. We did the Slim Hunter show last week, and here we are talking about DRAKEO the Ruler, who was killed at an LA festival. And before we start, Lonzo, let me tell you, when I first read this lineup, you know, aside from the big names, the Ice Cubes, the Snoops, the E40s, I knew those people are 40 and over. They're not going to be doing anything. They're not going to be messing with people. But when you look at the other stages, Lonzo, I was reading the lineup, and I'm like, damn, that's a Crip. That's a Blood. Oh, shit, that's an essay. Like, I was like, there's no way nothing is going to pop off at this event. And literally, dog, within 48 hours of me reading the lineup, I'm reading that DRAKEO was stabbed in the neck and another rapper gone. And he was a popular, very good rapper, Lonzo.
You know, I saw people trying to sell tickets like the day of the event, people that bought tickets. He was trying to get rid of them because I guess maybe they looked a good look at what they were working with. Like, oh, hell no. You know, it's the same thing with me, Doc. When I saw it, I was asked, are you going? I'm like, no, I'm not going to that. I'm not doing it.
I'll watch it stream or something, but I ain't going.
Here's the crazy part, okay? Usually I would say if I'm not going back, if I ain't going to be backstage, I ain't going. Well, shit, that's what the shit jumped off at.
That's where it happened, right behind the stage, man.
Now, when you got to put a 15 dude limit on your backstage passes, dude, that's a recipe for disaster, dude. I don't give a damn. Say that's a recipe for disaster, dude. You got to have a 15 dude limit, 15 person limit, but the other guys, what, like 70?
Yep.
Ain't gonna never
yep.
Work. Dude,
that's the conspiracy, right? Yeah.
That's too many bodies. And 9 times out of 10, if they got backstage passes, that means they probably got in free, which promoter is paying for all that. That's just 2 groups. Okay, you have 30 groups on that thing. You had too much ingredients, man. The ingredients, like you said, you had too many different ingredients on that situation, and you can't win. You can't win in that type of environment, dude, because you're trying to bring in the old school, then you're trying to bring in the new school, and the new school, they still trying to make a name for themselves, and that's how you get what you get.
Yep.
And, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's really bad for the venue, because I heard it's a really nice venue, man, and that's another venue. Trust me, that will be off the list of venues for availability in the future. Trust me. Okay.
Yep.
And every time this kind of shit happens, at an event, 2 things happen. One, the people that control the insurance companies, it's gonna make it impossible to book shows for a lot of acts. And that venue definitely will probably ban all hip hop acts. If they don't, they're not that smart. They're not smart at all. But this is what you're dealing with these days, man. This is just the problem we have right now. Everybody is with the business, no matter where, on site, whatever. Banging in business don't work, dude. Banging in business does not work. It don't work. You got to figure out what you want to do. You're going to be a gangbanger. You're going to be a rapper. If you're trying to do both of them, this is what you're dealing with.
Yep. And my thing is, this guy Lonzo, and you know when a rapper's faking the funk, and you're like, this guy ain't making no money. That's not his Lamborghini, such and such. I see DRAKEO's videos, and I know this guy has money. I know he's legit making money. He's streaming like a motherfucker. And he has like, he's rocking $400,000 worth of chains. And that being said, there's no reason why he should not be standing next to Snoop Dogg or Ice Cube with their bodyguards. Basically, he needs real security, not just the homies from the street, man. They were from what I understood, from what I heard, Lonzo, and you as a promoter, because you are much bigger promoter than I was. I was on a smaller level, but I remember clubs would do this. They would just put security shirts on people. Hey, you want to make $100 a night? Put a security shirt on you. And apparently, that's one of the issues that they had.
Everything.
Thank you, Montana Max, for dropping $9.99 off the bat.
Oh, much
Montana
love.
Max.
Much love,
Says, up, y'all? What up? Appreciate you, man.
The problem with security is there is no security. Okay, like you said, all they want is bodies. They want numbers. They want to say, "Hey, man, we had 100 people out there doing security." They ain't qualified. Most of them have no training. Most of them are from hoods themselves, just trying to get that quick $100, and they come in with a bias already, dude. And here's another problem, man. Here's another major problem. That this is something that I'm going to say this, and people are going to probably disagree with me. But one of the problems that we have in this hip hop game is that understand what I'm saying. There's no non-affiliated mature adults in the room.
Break it down.
There's no non-affiliated mature adults in the room. When you have people in their mid-40s and 50s still relating to the hood situation, it's hard for them not to bring the hood politics into a situation. Okay, so when the hood politics comes into a situation, I got some in my hands, I got it in my eye, and it's burning my eye. So I'm blinking like a sunbit, not because I'm lying, because my eyes. But when you have the major players in this game might be 40, 50 years old, and they're abiding by hood politics that change based on who you're talking to, and they still have to maintain their hood reputation and credibility, so they don't go against the hood for business, and then the business suffers. Okay, when you are artists and you're doing what you're doing to make your money, and if money is your only option, your only motivation, you're really going to find yourself with some problems, because you're going to say whatever it has to be said to get the money. And then when you get the money, you can't enjoy it because you can't go nowhere. Okay. And this is what we're working with this is what we're dealing with right now. My eyes burning something here. I had some chips earlier and it must still be on my hand.
You want to go wash your hands while I keep the audience entertained? Or are you good?
Eyelash in my eye, but it's going to be all right.
Okay.
I'll let you know. But yeah.
All right, cool.
We have a situation that I heard a conversation, and some guys were talking about who runs a certain park, and one of the guys says, "Hey man, I'm 44. You sound like a youngster. I'm 44 years old. You 44 years old? You still talking about who run the park?"
No.
That dude, come on, man. That's something that needs to be reevaluated, man. The park should be behind you by now. Okay, that shouldn't be a conversation, I would think. But if these politics are still valid at that age, now it don't give the youngsters around them are inspired to be like them. Which, dude, it ain't working. We playing more games. We losing at more games than we invented than anybody I've seen in all my life. How the hell you invent a game and figure out a way to lose in the motherfucker? We should be the purveyors of hip hop on all levels. But we're the only ones that can invent a game and then find a way to tear it up and lose in it. Come on, man. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Yeah,
and,
man.
You know, we've always had so-called gangster rappers, but we've never had this much depth. I mean, it was decades between the time Tupac and Biggie died to where we are right now, till it became another activity. Getting killed is like going to the studio. Shit. You know?
Yep.
Anyway, folks.
And there was a time where the gangster rappers actually lied about what they did in songs. You know, Ice Cube and them, they were telling stories. They were not really doing this. Nowadays, we've talked about this before. They're literally giving detail by detail, blow by blow of the shooting that they committed last Saturday.
Right, with the money in the video.
And the gun in the same car and like.
Dude, and then you say somebody snitched on you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then you say somebody snitched on you. You know, I've been in the game for 40 years in the promotion department. I've done records, I've done clubs, I've owned 6 nightclubs, I've owned strip clubs, I've owned male exotic club, female exotic club, teen clubs, adult clubs. I've DJ'd in all kinds of situations. And the current climate is like, you know what? I'm out of this shit, man. I don't want to be bothered with it. Because it's too volatile. You can't, on one hand, you cannot, you can't make a mistake with the wrong person. And a simple mistake can be misconstrued as a something disrespectful. Mm-hmm. And based on the person that you're dealing with, you may have to go. You may want to apologize because he's trying to smash on you. Now you got to pull your nuts out. Come on, man. Come on, dude. And that's the part that this shit's burning my. Let me wash my eyes, man. This shit tearing my.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Right,
Lonzo got some in his eyes, so I'll take over for a minute. Go on and do your thing. Yeah, what up to everybody in the building? Philip Burks, the new generation is tearing the game up. Facts. Shout out to Raw LMC 8XIRGT says, yo, let's see here. Nobody's nobody. Close the irritated eye and blink the other one. What up, Sedborn? Thank you guys for joining the program. Montana Max, definitely appreciate you donating $9.99. If anyone wants to show some love, please donate below. You'll see the little $sign. Thank you. I mean, we really, really appreciate it. It helps the engine going. It helps it keep going. Hayden says Easy E stories. I will pick some specific. Give me a specific, story you want Lonzo to talk about Easy E, and once he gets back, we will ask him. Miami 808 says, "What up, fellas? What up? What up?" Lonzo had to step away for a quick second. He got some hot cocky chip dust in his eye or something. He's probably eating some hot Cheetos or something, and got all up in his eye. Once the Luciferian statue was put up in Chicago, I noticed a change in energy, says Nobody's Nobody. Was there a Luciferian statue put up in Chicago? Interesting. How you feeling, man?
I'm much better, man.
You look like you just got done crying.
Man, I had some barbecue potato chips with my Subway sandwich, and I thought I washed my hands, man, but obviously I didn't wash them very good. So this is what you get, folks. So wash your hands.
There it is.
For you.
There it is.
Barbecue sauce in your hands.
Well, let me piggyback off something that you talked about. You said 40s, these guys in their 40s and 50s still don't have their act together, a lot of them. That brings me to another story that I wanted to talk with you about. Freddie Gibbs and Jim Jones, two very popular rappers. Freddie Gibbs is 39, I believe. Jim Jones is definitely pressing almost 50. He's definitely older than me. But that being said, they got into a scuffle at Prime 112, which is a high-end steakhouse in Miami. Okay. And my thing is, you wonder why these kids are acting up. They're seeing their elder. I mean, these guys are twice the age of people, and they're doing this dumb shit. Shout out to the J. Roos Theory, $10. What's up, Dusty? Much respect to you and Alonzo. Thank you so much, J. Roos Theory. Go for it, Alonzo. What do you think about that, man? These grown ass men fighting in a steakhouse.
Well, that's the problem we have, man. Like I said before, there's no mature grown folks that can resolve a situation without making it public, going viral. And, the internet has fucked up a lot of shit. The internet has made people do shit, especially everybody got a camera. Everybody got to maintain their reputation because the internet, somebody going to probably videotape it and put it on YouTube or whatever the case may be, TikTok. And you don't want to be on TikTok getting dissed, okay? Because no matter how much sense it may make to walk away from a situation, people can interpret that as being something different. And I know even here we talked about Charleston White.
Mm-hmm. Charleston White.
Yeah, I've been fielding comments all week about, y'all think this, y'all think that. No, man, what I'm saying is, to a certain degree, I agree with the brother on not the that people should die by no means, but what they're doing is getting old. It's very old, okay? But because he says it with so much venom and so much vinegar and so much evilness, somebody gonna get him just on the fact that you talking about he's wishing people death. And that's not smart because you're playing with other people, live people's emotions. And that's how you get your ticket punched, trying to be something, be bigger than what you are, and being trying to go viral with some shit when you can say what you're gonna say, man, but you ain't got to. But man, people have kids, they got wives, they got cousins. Somebody might check your ass.
Fans alone. There's people who love Nipsey Hussle. I mean, you can't just talk shit about Nipsey Hussle.
And because you talk by his government name, or you said F Nipsey Hussle, and I
liked his name, Amir. Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah.
I understand that, but because that guy, that's Clark Kent and Superman, you can't diss Clark Kent and not diss Superman. It's simple as that. Okay, if people know who Clark Kent and Superman are, you can't diss one without the other one. So that's all I'm saying, man. It's the same thing. We got a lot of situations that are being perpetuated by folks who have reputations, and as opposed to evolving to that next level and learning how to deal with situations without having to go violent, bring violence into it, or walk away from it, man. Deal with it in private as opposed to public. But nobody understands that because that makes you look like a punk when you walk away from shit. I've walked away from a lot of shit, man, especially in clubs. You get somebody in your face that's talking shit, and the cameras are on you. You know it ain't gonna work out well for you, or you ain't gonna win. Okay, there's no win in some situations, but people still will try and justify it in court or on the streets for making a move that they know they shouldn't have made.
Man. You know what? Montana Max says we living in the last days and the internet is speeding it up. Damn, that's a deep statement right there, Playboy. That's a deep statement. I'm gonna get to your questions. I'm copying and pasting all the questions in the comment section, so don't worry. I promise you we're gonna get to that, but I want to keep it on this kind of DRAKEO situation. And this reminds me of another story, Lonzo, that I wanted to talk with you about because we did discuss this a few weeks ago when Young Dolph was killed outside of the cookie shop in Memphis. Young Dolph, the Memphis Nipsey Hussle, I'm gonna say it. He was killed, and one of his rival people is Black Youngsta. Okay. We've talked about Black Youngsta. He's the he's a 2021 pickaninny. But Black Youngsta performed a song called Shake Something on Saturday, which is literally a diss that he recorded of Young Dolph a couple of years ago. Black Youngsta's probably once again pushing 30. He is an elder in the community. A lot of people in the hood don't see 30. This guy who made it to see 30 is performing a diss song, and you could tell the audience just didn't like it.
Well, you know what? I think it's time for the audience to speak up on all this. If y'all really tired of people dying, stop supporting this killer nigga music, man.
Damn.
If you're really tired of artists dying, stop getting involved in these fucking beef. They're doing it for you, okay? They're doing it for your views, your likes, your comments, and because everybody now has everybody with a phone is now a reporter. You know, it's easier for it to go viral, but they do a lot of this stuff for attention. And just like right now, I didn't see it, but we talking about it. People who did not see it are now going to go back and look for it because it's probably going to be somewhere else on social media, and they can comment on it later on, and somebody's going to make some money off of it. And this is how people are turned into bottom feeders, man. And to a certain degree, we're turned into bottom feeders. We benefit off of other people's pain, okay? And that's some sad shit. You know, every one of these guys have died. People have made a shitload of money off of, whether it be Empire. And I'm reading right here. DRAKEO equals Empire Records equal $1 million insurance policy on rappers.
He was another Empire artist, which is starting to make me think, damn, this dude owned a lot of. He owned half the hip hop. That Ghazi guy.
Who is Empire? I never heard of him before.
I didn't until about 6 months ago, but then I looked up his resume, and he's been around for years. I'll look him up. Keep going. Empire Records. It's like Ghazi something.
I've never heard of Empire Records before, but I saw a post earlier today on my feed, and it showed how many artists that were on Empire that came up dead. I think like 6.
Ghazi Shami. We said this name before, and it didn't sound familiar to you either. It's Ghazi Shami. Ghazi Shami. Shami.
That don't sound like he's from the hood, do it?
Nah.
That don't sound like nobody's name. That ain't no Tennessee name. That's for no Mississippi name or California
No,
name.
he's definitely a Middle Eastern cat. I'm looking at him right here. He looks like me, bald head. It definitely like a Middle Eastern cat.
Maybe somebody need to interview him. Why does this label have so much bad luck with artists? Okay, that's if this is true. Okay, it's gonna be an investigation.
Right? You know exactly.
If this is true, if you had 6 artists that died in the past 2 or 3 years on your label, and you cashing insurance checks on these folks, the insurance company is going to launch an investigation. Okay, but again, these situations these guys put themselves into, even if an investigation is launched, it's a good chance it might not come out to anything, because a lot of the situations that's getting them killed are situations they put themselves into. You follow me? So now they may stop at some point in time, stop covering his artists because they have too many claims. You know, if you have too many car wrecks, at some point in time, Allstate ain't messing with you no more. It's gonna be
exactly.
hard. You got to go to one of them real cheap ass
ugly duckling or some shit.
Get some insurance, because oh no, you won't get no premium coverage. So this is some of the downfall that you deal with when you have this kind of situation. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, you know what? Address this, Lonzo, because I appreciate people who disagree with me, us, you, whoever, more than the ones that agree. But Wobble says that's ridiculous, Lonzo. Music doesn't kill people. Come on. Nobody says white rock musicians deserve to die because of singing about death metal or whatever.
Hold on. Oh, I'm glad you said that shit right there. Hold on.
I knew you had something for that one. I was like, this is too easy. I was like, come on, dog. Go ahead. Break it down.
Yeah. Look, man, we are the only people in the motherfucking world that have a musical genre dedicated to its own annihilation. The only one. Rock and roll, AC/DC was not fighting with Kiss. They was always doing their thing. If they worship the devil, they worship the devil on their own, but they wasn't throwing disc records back and forth with each other. They wasn't on video talking about killing each other, pissing on each other's graves, shitting on each other's grave. They wasn't doing that shit. They did their shit, but they did not do it towards each other. It was never personal. It was always business. And what we experience is business bullshit. It's a big ass difference, dude. And I've followed music all my life, and I've seen people go home with Ozzy Osbourne and see all his antics and shit. He's really a cool dude. I was watching this yesterday on something. I was watching something yesterday. They was talking about Alice Cooper, how on stage he was throwing chickens and shit into the audience. They throw the chickens up, and this dude was a goddamn genius. In real life, this dude was an educated dude. Those were stage antics, and the problem is that people that are listening to this music don't separate the people from the fucking artists, because the artists claiming that they doing this shit for real. And that's why a lot of these artists talk shit in the studio, get out of the studio, and have to go and live up to the shit that they said in the studio, because anybody does any research on them know they're lying. For years, people were trying to, it was mad at Cube. He ain't no real gangster. No, he wasn't. Nobody from N.W.A. ever claimed to set on record. This is what I said. Nobody ever claimed to set on record. But they told you a lot of stories about shit that happened in the hood. Okay, they may have Easy may have been from one place and ran someplace else, but I know damn well Cube, Dre, and Yella wasn't from nowhere. Okay, that I know for damn sure. So for And they never spoke on the hood. Okay, nobody spoke on the hood until Quick from Compton. He was the first.
TTP.
Huh?
He said TTP in one of his first records. Yeah.
He spoke on the hood. Quick did that first, and that sparked some shit between him and 8. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, folks, hip hop as a musical genre has always been about keeping it 100, telling the truth. And unfortunately, most of the people that follow hip hop don't bother to vet the originality or the realness of what the artist is talking about. You assume that what they say on record is their lives. Rakim was a stick-up kid. Okay, he'll tell you that. Okay, he was a stick-up kid. Hip hop saved him. Okay, hip hop saved them. Then we got into to a part of hip hop where it became the fantasy shit. Okay. Hip hop. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac, blah, blah, blah. We got into the bullshit. Okay. And that was a part of the whole 80s thing. Morris Day did the same thing. I got a Lincoln, I got a penthouse in Miami, blah, 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 blah. That was all fantasy shit. But when shit started getting real, people started taking the shit for being reality, and they started getting mad because the artists wasn't who they said they were. That's when the shit started changing. Tupac was a real dude, okay? Tupac, if anybody asked me once before, who would I call? If I had to call somebody, I was calling Pac, okay? Because Pac proved himself, and he didn't put on I think he might have put on the record, when he shot them 2 cops messing with that brother in Atlanta and got away with it, okay? He did that, okay? Not trying to do it for the gram, not trying to do it for likes. He felt that as a young black man, as a militant, he saw two cops giving the brother a hard time, and they got into a gunfight, and he went to court and beat the case. All right. So when you've been around and seen all this shit, not just the current shit, yeah, they don't talk about this shit like that, but they kind of incite shit, okay? Because you got people right now. Look at the internet. I was watching this morning. Motherfuckers is mad because now they say YG can't play concerts no more. They got motherfuckers mad at YG. Motherfuckers is mad at this, mad at this. So this shit is all. It may not be the music per se, but it's the lifestyle that the music portrays that makes people get involved in it, and you take sides. It's like these niggas got teams, just like they got Raiders and 49 fans. They got teams, people they roll with, and that shit gets out of hand. Okay, and a lot of this shit, some of this shit, not all of it, some of it is based on bullshit. Most of it's based on bullshit. When you actually look at, if you can find out what the root problem is between these two brothers, I bet you some bullshit, man. I bet you some bullshit. So yeah, it's some bullshit. I'm willing to bet you that. And
preach.
Let me calm down.
Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drone. Time for this one to come home.
That's my favorite one. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole and look at that shit tonight, man. I'm gonna tell you. Touche Turtle.
It's some shit that I just cannot stand by and let people get away with. No. You have Alice Cooper, all them dudes, man. You ain't never seen the Beatles and the Rolling Stones beefing on no bullshit.
No country singers out. Garth Brooks and Ray Travis aren't fucking nah.
Everybody in hip hop come into the game talking shit about the guy on top. Machine Gun Kelly went after motherfucking Eminem, okay? Because he thought that was gonna get him some likes, get him some views, make him go viral, okay? Come on, man. As hip hop is the only one that has that as your entry level position, is to try and start a beef with somebody. When I read 50 Cent's book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, Hustle Harder, you realize that Rick Ross was using him to sell records. Every time he dropped a project, Rick Ross got something to say about 50, and 50 would go back at his ass. And he said he realized all he was doing was helping him sell records. So at some point in time, he stopped responding. Yep. And it had an effect on his sales.
Strategic
sales, that is. Okay. So understand what you're dealing with, man. And this is some Whoo, this is some simple shit, man. That reminds me of when I read this book back in college. I mean, this not a book. It was just a pamphlet about COINTELPRO. Y'all don't know about that, okay?
Right, man, break it down, Lonzo.
Y'all don't know about COINTELPRO, okay? And how so many that the FBI was infiltrating all kind of organizations and keeping the Black Panthers and the other organizations at each other's throat. This is some
Asian provocateurs, I do believe, or whatever. Yeah,
this was some real shit that was going down in the 70s. Some of y'all was still in Pop's nutsack. Okay, this ain't no new shit. I tell you what, understand this.
Damn, thank you again, Montana Max, for dropping another $4.99. Thank you.
Understand this. Understand this. When they wanted to get rid of any group that was benefiting Black community, Black Panthers, us, they created some shit. They would go back and forth. They would say something. Huey said so and so about Ron Karenga, whoever it was. They kept that shit going back and forth till all those organizations eventually were gone. They were not started off to be against white people. They were just to help Black people.
Exactly.
But for some reason, the war between the various neighborhoods has been going on for 50 fucking years. 50 years, and ain't nobody really tripping because they found a way to benefit from it. Ain't nobody
big money. Big money.
This big money, dude. It's big money in burying your dead ass. It's big money in locking your Black ass up. It's big money in all this shit. And this the part ain't nobody getting. It ain't about nothing but some money. They don't give a damn about your ass. You don't care. They don't care. Look, y'all get me thrown up on YouTube. Fucking
man, go for it. This is great, dude. This is what we need to hear, man.
YouTube, man. I'm just trying to drop some game, folks. I'm just trying to drop some real game. Look, man, if we keep on playing, if the goal is to eliminate so many Black folks and it can be done and you not get your hands dirty, all you gotta do is pick up the pieces. Then help me understand why this shit don't make sense to y'all. You got just as many brothers is dying at the hands of each other as you did back in the 50s, 60s, and 1800s and shit. But ain't nobody mad at nobody because it's happening that we're doing it to ourselves. Ain't nobody mad because we're doing it to ourselves.
Yep.
Ain't nobody marching because this brother got killed Saturday.
Hell, mother effing no.
Ain't gonna be no protest. Ain't gonna be no protest. Are we gonna get some balloons, some flowers, some RIP, some condolences? Ain't nobody marching. Ain't nobody gonna march in no hoods. Ain't nobody gonna march in no streets. Ain't nothing gonna happen but a bunch of internet bullshit. Come on, man. Miss me with the dumb shit. Miss me with the dumb shit. Okay. Now, if you really want something to march about, you should put your Nikes on now and go for a walk. If you really want something to march about, this is when we should be marching about. Everybody want to know what we gonna do. We got a phone call. I got a phone call after the day. After I get through with this right here, another call I'm gonna be on about the same situation. If you gonna do some shit, we need to do some self-policing, okay? Some self-policing. The problem
that reminds me, did you hear about that group of Black men in Chicago who are sitting on the roof and they're watching to make sure the kids and the mothers make it safe back and forth to school?
Oh, I have now, but I would love to hear it.
I'm going to send you the link, man. That shit made my heart feel good.
See, that's because Black men are standing up, okay? Black men if we don't stand up, it ain't nobody gonna pick us up. That's for damn sure. All right? When you get tired enough, that's why I do what I do the way I do it. I get emotional about this shit, man. This shit is real to me.
Me too. I do too. When I hear about young Black and Latinos dying, I get fucking sad.
I live in the hood, okay? And like I said before, I said at the beginning, people, oh, well, when the police do something to us, it's because, no. You can't tell me that a brother is more dead because he got killed by a cop or less dead because he got killed by one of the homies. No, they still going down to the coroner office. They still going to get an autopsy. They still going to get all the procedures, but on one side, it's a check involved. And the other side, you got to check yourself. And most people don't want to check themselves. I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Keeping it too real.
Okay, you ain't no money involved in that right there. It's gonna be some lawsuits. I heard some bullets was flying, and the promoter gonna get sued. He ain't do nothing but try to make a few dollars, and bring some people together. He gonna get the shit suit out of him, but his insurance company's gonna probably take most of the hit for that. The venue gonna probably cancel all hip hop events, and any other venue in their right mind gonna do the same thing. They're gonna limit the hip hop events, or if they do, it's gonna be so much security gonna be required. You're probably gonna have Blackwater out there doing security. Okay, you can't put a T-shirt on one of the homies and expect some security to be there. It ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
I remember.
And if these
huh?
And if these promoters and club owners are smart, they're looking at your Instagram and seeing, oh, this guy's wearing all blue. This guy's saying Crip here. Oh, nope, not letting him perform at my club.
I remember when I had the Eve After Dark, I always had grown ass men. Okay, I hired grown ass men that was older than me. Okay, even at that time, I mean, they be in their 50s. One, they wasn't tripping on the girls. They may have liked them. They might have thought they was cute, but they wasn't trying to chase the girls. Two, there was no hood issues involved. Okay, there was never any hood issues involved because shit, man, I got a grown ass. I'm a grown ass man. I'm trying to get this a little bit of money and go home to my family. Different attitudes. I have nothing to prove to anybody, and that's the difference when you get to a certain age. Your mentality changes. Your mentality changes. You're not trying to prove nothing to nobody because you don't have nothing to prove. You made it this far. You're trying to maximize this shit, maximize this ride as long as possible, baby. You done been through the motherfucking rough part. You're trying to maximize this ride. Okay, so that's why I don't do shit like Charleston does because, dude, when you start doing that kind of shit, somebody gonna have a hair up their ass for you. I say enough as it is. All right, I ain't calling no names. I'm scared. I'm afraid. It's just I ain't stupid. It makes a big difference. Okay, it makes a big difference. Not to be stupid, and that's the part so many people don't understand. Oh man, I got heart. No, that's stupid. Okay, it's a difference between heart and stupid. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thin line too. Thin line. Man, shout out to everybody in the comment section. If you guys can please hit that like button. We have 66 people in the building. Yeah. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button, please, please, please. It really helps us out. And you know, Alonzo, this Philip Burke said something that I would love your take on. And before I go, Montana Max says it's deeper than rap. The Willy Lynch letter taught us to hate ourselves. That's a whole other conversation.
You can take off your sheet and grab a badge and a robe and get the same effect. Come on, man. Come on, dude. I told y'all about this story, man. I'm gonna let you get to your boy in a minute. About this brother who was in the penitentiary. He had life, and when he got there, his son came in, and his son had life too. And he's taking his son around all the different spots where not to go. You don't go over here, don't go over here. Meanwhile, a white guard who was retiring was showing his son, who just got hired as a guard, to where the SAs hang out, this is where the brothers hang out. And it dawned on him that this situation right here is perpetual. Okay. People get job security and make a career out of watching folks in the penitentiary. And for some reason, we've been going to the pen some type of, like it's college. In some cases, I hear it all the time. When I'm on Clubhouse, yeah, man, I was over so-and-so and I did this time over there and blah, blah, blah. I never made it over there. How was it? Huh?
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Dude, it takes some understanding, and it's not a part of my educational standard. Go ahead, Dusty.
And we definitely need to celebrate the graduations more than the coming home parties. I literally know people who've had bigger coming out of jail parties than but the cousin who graduated, she didn't get shit, like no party or nothing.
Right.
So,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
That's fucked up. You go to school all the time, have all this education, and nobody don't give a damn. That's a damn shame, folks. And that's the part, dude. I've seen parties with people who weren't alive that were bigger than people who was alive. I've hosted parties at Eve After Dark.
Damn.
And the people they were giving the party for had been dead like 10, 12 years, but it was more people there than it was for the person that came week before that was in the party. So it's really confusing sometimes, man. I don't. I just at that point in time, I just get my money and go about this and go and sit down in the office. You had something you were saying?
Yeah, Philip Burks was kind of chiming in on something that you were talking about earlier when you said when we're killing each other, no one cares, but let us, talk about somebody else. But he says we are the only ones talking about killing each other and getting paid for it. Not one rapper will talk about killing any other race. It's not going to happen, or they will be canceled. The whole Michael Jackson with the whole K word for certain people, like they made him take that out immediately, dude. We talked about that,
dude. And this the part this is the part that all these educated people that make this music, they seem to understand. They seem to feel and understand. You got to go to YouTube and look up White Mike. You got to go to YouTube and look up White Mike's video. In fact, if I had it on, I'm gonna pull it up next week. I'm gonna play it. It's 20 minutes long. It's 20 minutes long, but if y'all don't get it, I'm gonna play it for you because or I'm gonna find the link or something, put it in here where y'all can go watch it on your own. That way I won't take up the whole show. But it shows you that other people, other groups have organizations that look out for the welfare of their people. The Jewish community have the Jewish Anti-Defamation League. The gay community has the LGBT community. I forgot what the actual name is, but and even animals got PETA. Okay, we used to have the NAACP, but that don't work no more. Okay, that ain't, and at some point in time, if your organization is not being funded by the people that it serves, and you get outside funding, now the people that fund you tend to control or what's being said, or what your message may become. Okay,
yep.
That's one of the problems you have when you start taking money from outside sources, because now you can't speak about certain things because that's not to our benefit, and if it's not to our benefit, we can't continue to support you, and that just neutralizes the whole purpose. Mm-hmm. Makes it another void.
Woo. Getting deep tonight. Give us a thumbs up if you like the content. Eric says the Watts Writers Workshop was burned down by them people. Do you know about the Watts Writers Workshop?
No, I don't. I've heard it. I don't remember it.
Okay, I'll look it up. Maybe we can talk about that another time.
Philip Burke says something. We take too many playoffs. Well, Philip, if it's paying good money for rappers to talk about killing other rappers and killing black people, and nobody's saying it, there's no resistance for that. There's none. There's no resistance, and it pays good. Okay. This morning I watched a sister on YouTube, on Facebook, and she was talking about Cardi B's WAP video. Mm-hmm. And she says she played a video of a young lady who was talking to her daughter, and her daughter says, "Mama, why they don't fix that house?" And the mama said, "What you talking about, baby? Why they don't fix that house? What do you mean?" They say, "There's some holes in the house. There's some holes in the house." Wow. And the mama like, "Oh no." Okay, the girl, she don't know what holes is, but she thinks it's some actual holes in the house, and she's asking the mama about why they don't fix the house. And then they also show Cardi B talking that shit about how she how she earned her ring, but she don't cook and clean, but this is how she earned her ring. But they also showed her the video mopping and cleaning in the kitchen like everybody else. So until some of the hip hop folks realize that a lot of the cats ain't got no Lambos, a lot of folks don't have that real jewelry, them houses is rented, and a lot of the bullshit that people think that's real, popping bottles is limited. Okay, it's limited. I've owned 6 nightclubs, and dude, to get somebody to spend $100 on a bottle on Avalon that they sell in Vegas for $500, Negroes got to take out a loan. Okay, it's ridiculous. So it ain't all that. If it's $100, 2 people may go in on it. Okay, but for the most part, no, it's not. I watch. I love watching. What's that Mary J. Blige movie? Television show. Power.
Oh yeah.
Every week she cleans this shit. She ain't never a hair out of place. She got all the right shit. You realize? Think about this for a minute. She's selling dope. Got all her kids involved, and and I understand this. This in some cases, this could be a real story. Okay, but she's actually selling dope. Got her sons involved, her kids involved in her so-called business to live a lifestyle that's high maintenance. Okay, you got to risk your freedom to live this high maintenance lifestyle, and just to get the impression to who, because everybody else is dressed regularly, but she in the show, she got to be the super high end chick. Now, I know some super high end chicks, and most of them own daycares, and most of them own other businesses. I don't know which ones that sell dope, but for those who I do know, that drive the Jags and the Mercedes and the Range Rovers, these some serious business women. Okay, This is what they do. This is how they want to live their life, and for them, I commend them. But for television, it's constantly projecting these images that are just some a lot of fantasy shit, man. It's a lot of fantasy shit, and people buying into the fantasy. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. They buy into the fantasy, and then they wonder why they get caught up in the trap. They buy the fantasy, they wonder why they get caught up in the trap.
Yeah, man. Damn, dude. A lot of positive feedback. 76 people in the building tonight. Let's try to get to 100. That would be so dope. We have about 20 minutes left. We're going to definitely take some questions because we got some good questions from everybody in the chat room. Let me start with this one. Real simple. Where's Homeboy at? Meek Marketing Live. Hey, OG Lonzo, how can I be a part of your marketing team? I got social media marketing skills. You want to give him your email?
Hit me up on my email, Doc. I need help. I have no problem accepting some help. I'd like to grow my channel even more. I have a couple of people that got at me about doing that, but I would love to talk to you about it. Hit me up on my email. Let's talk about it.
Here, let me type it in the thing. What is it, Lonzo?
Real Lonzo N.W.A. at Gmail.
I should know that by heart, but they at Bam, there it is. Hit him up. This is a good question, and I could probably make this happen because I know this brother personally. He's been on my show on Dusty Vision TV. But Miami 808 says, question for Lonzo, did you know Boogaloo Shrimp? And if so, would that be an interview that you would do?
Very possibly. I'm supposed to be with Boogaloo Shrimp on the 22nd of January.
He's literally one of my personal friends. I know him very, very well. So yeah, that we can make this happen. That would be really dope.
Yeah, I think I can reach out for him. Yeah, we've spoken on several panels together. Yeah, I can make that happen. That's very possible.
That'd be dope. Yeah, that'd be a really good show. What do you remember about like the whole breaking thing? Did you ever? You were probably too old to be out there breakdancing on cardboards, right?
Never was a breakdance. By the time breakdance, I was a grown ass man.
You were 29, 30, huh?
Spit on my goddamn head. I contest though. Man, it was interesting, but for us on the West Coast, we didn't see hip hop like that. You know, hip hop for us, pop locking was pop locking. We had breakers, but they were very limited. You know, pop locking was always locking and pop locking were the thing that we did most here on the West Coast. So it looked like us to some BS, but you know, it was cool. You know, the storyline was kind of crazy. I thought that's when they were trying to save the Rex.
Yeah, the miracle in their neon dancing down Manchester.
right. I mean, we had Eve After Dark. We had the radio, so we was making money, so we wasn't trying to save nothing but some money. That's it. Big difference. You know, and that's something else, man. That's always been different from West Coast versus East Coast. We've always been businessmen, dude. Think about this. There's not a lot of label owners out of New York before Puffy and Jay-Z. We all owned our shit.
Yeah, E40, Too Short, like, oh yeah.
We all own our shit. We all had our own labels. I mean,
Yeah.
Same thing with me. I mean, I had my own nightclub. That was something that was unheard of. I don't know nobody in New York at 22 years old had a nightclub. It is what it is. So we had a different foundation on the West Coast and in the East Coast.
Yeah, man.
Teddy Styles got a question for me, man.
Yeah. Actually, I got him right after Lou Perez. I got you, Teddy. I promise. I'm copying and pasting all of them. Lou Perez actually asked, "Was the Bataram scene real in Straight Outta Compton, Lonzo?"
Was it real? I don't know. Real in regards to Easy. I know the Bataram rolled the streets of Los Angeles and terrorized the neighborhoods like it's nobody's business. Bataram.
Break the Bataram down for people who don't know. We've talked about it, but break it down.
Bataram was a tank that they created in Daryl Gates, the chief of police for the LAPD. He created a tank because during the crack era, people learned how to fortify their houses. I mean, it would take forever for them cops to break into a crack house because they had the gate, they had the bars on the doors, they had the doors double reinforced. You had double bar doors, and sometimes you may have double windows. And because you had to keep the robbers out and the police. And see, crack cocaine does not flush or dissolve in water like powder cocaine. So you need some time to dispose of that shit before the cops get there. And they most of the time when they would finally get into the house of the crack house, the cocaine would be gone. So they found a way to just tear them all down, just come to the wall. So they put a big ass metal plate on the barrel of a tank, a metal plate on the barrel of a tank, and they would just pull that something around the side of your house and come through like a lowrider and just come right through the living room. But the problem with that was a lot of times they go to the wrong houses, or sometimes they would smash down the door of a bedroom and kill people. Okay, they'd hurt kids and shit like that. So it was just. And it just became a nuisance. And most of the time they carried the damn thing on a tank. So people started coming. They had to take it off the trailer, and they saw it coming. Hey man, the Bataram on the way to your house, dude. So anybody that was selling dope, you still got a heads up.
Oh yeah. So
it just became kind of useless after a while. Then they found out a way how to actually get them doors off a lot faster, and using crackheads to it became a whole cat and mouse game. But the Bataram had us run. Toddy T made a record about it, made a hit record about it, and shortly after that, I think it was ACLU found it to be unconstitutional.
Yeah,
but it's still around. My boy Matt McDaniels, he took some pictures of it down at the police museum. It's still around. It still exists.
Damn. Yeah, and I know that if you look up IMDb, like I'm a nerd when it comes to IMDb, but if you look up IMDb, the International Movie Database, it says that the Bataram didn't exist in Compton. It existed in Los Angeles,
right.
City. Yeah, so that was a little kind of like funny goof that they had in Compton, if you're a nerd like me. Teddy Styles says, Lonzo, can you speak on Eazy's label through MC8 Records, Comptown Records?
Most people don't realize that Eazy's label company name was Comptown Records. It was Ruthless was a DBA. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
That's right.
You have to have been there. Comptown was the corporation that Eazy-E owned. Ruthless was a DBA because somebody else actually owned the name of Ruthless Records, and they wouldn't sell it. So he formed a corporation, Comptown Records, and had to deal with MCA. He had the Ruthless label. Look on some of those records. You'll see Comptown in there someplace. Because that was at some point in time, I think he finally did buy it, but in the beginning, he couldn't. He had to go with Comptown first as the primary company, and then Ruthless was a DBA.
That's that. I love that behind the scenes stuff. Hopefully that answers your question, Styles. Can't find the question, but talk to us about Mona Lisa.
I had Mona on the show last week, man.
Right.
She did my show last.
How does she play a part in World Class?
Mona sang on Lovers. She sang on our CBS album, And Turn Off the Lights was actually written for Mona. It wasn't written for Michelet. Michelet was not in my thought pattern when I wrote Turn Up the Lights. And Mona traveled with us. She was we offered her a spot in World Class Wrecking Crew. We got a deal with CBS, but she turned us down. And she said last week that was one of her biggest mistakes. She should have stayed with the crew. Because Mona sang with everybody. Mona's vocals are, man, I looked at her website, MonaLisa.com, and her vocals, man, are on like over hundreds of tracks, man.
Oh, wow.
Nice. All kind of white boys, country and western, Dolly Parton, all kind of people. So when I got to her, man, like she said, we were the first time working with us was the first time she had been around some of her people, and she enjoyed it because we had a ball together, man. We had a ball, and she just fit into the crew so well because she's a real laid back sister, and she got a big old attitude, a great attitude, and
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was like, big old, damn.
But I ain't gonna say it because she had a great attitude, and it made a good match for us as the crew.
That's cool, man. You know, while you're at it, we've talked about this in the past, but it's been a minute. How did Michelet end up on that song?
You know, contrary to popular belief in her story, I met Michelet one Sunday. I'll never forget it because I just got back in town off a tour, and a guy named Smooth was trying to get me to check out this girl he knew, and I didn't want to be bothered because I had a date that night. I had on the road, had a dry run, and I had to go get service. And I was like, dude, I ain't got time. And he begged me to please. I said, you got 15 minutes. And she came over here and she reluctantly sang for me, did a great job, but she was so bashful. And then she opened her speaking voice, her mouth up, and heard her speaking voice. I'm like, oh my God. But because I'm Lonzo, I don't hate. I'm like, damn, that could be a great cartoon voice. So I took her number and everything was cool. We went back on the road shortly after that and did our thing, and Mona was still around. And then I think about a year later, man, contrary to her movie, a year later, I was ready to Turn Off the Lights, and Mona wasn't available. She was with Kashif. And I called Mona. She said she wasn't available, unfortunately. And I already had studio time booked. And Mona had never not been available for us. It was not even a thought for me to call her in advance. And I said I got studio time, had the musicians ready to go. The Uzi brothers was ready to roll. I just gave these guys some money, drained them some money to get in the studio. And I knew if I didn't get them now, I was going to miss an opportunity. I called Michelet and she answered the phone. And that changed her whole life. Sometimes all you got to do is answer the phone.
Damn, how her life she may never have met Suge, may never have met Dre, like that. There's another reason why you're the Godfather, man.
I never understood how she got this. Eazy-E discovered her on my hit record. I never understood that. But see,
talk to me, yeah, because in the movie, what, you met her in Sears or something like that, or what?
She used to work in the Fox Hills Mall at, I think it was that wasn't May Company. It was a
Robinson's May or some shit.
Something like that. She worked in stores in the Fox Hills Mall. And hi, I'm Alonzo Williams. I'm the Grandmaster. I'm for the night, and here's my card. You know, like, get the fuck out of here. I don't talk like that. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know, and so that's how I do it, though, man. But you know what? I thank God. Here's my mindset. Hopefully it would help somebody in adjusting that situation. Fuck what they do. It's what you do. Okay? Fuck what they do. It's what you do. This goes back to street shit, business shit, whatever the case may be. Yes, they kind of played me down. God damn, Compton girl, what you doing, baby?
Really, Compton girl?
Compton girl and caught me in mid conversation.
Wow. Okay. What can we do? Can we send her a shirt, like some shirt? Like, can we send her some stuff?
I'm gonna
like Compton girl. Email Lonzo. His email. Please, we're gonna do something. That's just crazy. Not crazy. That's amazing. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Brought a tear to my eyes. Dang, Compton girl.
I just got some World Class Wrecking Crew T-shirts, and I'm gonna hook her up with a World Class pack. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna send her I'm just gonna send her some too. I have some nice, cool emails, T-shirts I can send her, and some stuff I'm working on over here too. That's dope. Thank you. Sorry, she threw me all off. I don't even remember we were talking.
That's my head up too, Doc.
She threw me all the way off, dog. Damn.
Um,
Michelle A.
Yeah.
Meeting her at Sears or meeting her in Robinson's May.
A lot of times it ain't what they do to you, it's what you do after the fact. And you know, they say, oh man, you a hater straight out of Compton. Nope, they're not a hater, but tell you what, if you want to hear the story, send me $1,000, I come to your nearest college. Okay. Oh, they made you out to be a sucker in the straight out in Michelle story. Nope. Send me a couple dollars, I'll tell you about it. And that's what I do. So it ain't what you do, it's how you flip it and make it work for you. Okay. Before COVID, I was doing colleges left and right. And even during COVID, I sit right here in front of the same studio. I'm doing this right now. Put the college logo behind me and do a Zoom class with 100 kids at USC. Okay. And get a cash app. I mean, get a check in the mail. So it ain't whether or not it's they did you right. It didn't disrespect me. Man, I don't feel disrespected. I feel a little they put a twist on it. Okay, fine, it's Hollywood. But what I'm gonna do, get mad and get upset and try and sue somebody? Nope. Get my money and go about my business. And that's what you gotta do. That's a game of life, folks. Make it work for you. Okay. Make it work for you. If I wanted to sue somebody, I gotta hire a lawyer, gotta file a lawsuit, probably gonna lose anyway. Okay. And if I do win, what am I gonna win? What am I gonna win? $5,000-$10,000. It may cost me 15 to win 5. They come and get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit. Meanwhile, I've been speaking at colleges, and my name rings bells throughout colleges and straight out of Compton. That's my calling card. I was in the dentist today.
Oh no shit.
Talking to me today, she asked her her assistant, "You know what this is?" She's a little Latino girl. Nope. And she's straight out of Compton. She said, "Nope." You ever heard of Dr. Dre? She said, "Nope." I said, "Leave this one alone."
Wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Then
Is that one of our doctors here?
Yeah. Another guy walked up, and when she asked him, "Have you seen straight out of Compton?" He said, "Yeah, this is the real Lonzo." All of a sudden, I got a new fan. Okay, he might be online right now, so I get to pump up my YouTube channel and make shit happen, man. You gotta make shit. Got to think, bro. Make shit work for you.
That's facts, man. And every supporter means something. Hey, you know what? We only have about 5-6 minutes. I forgot. Did you have a back in the day segment this week?
No, man. I was doing.
Okay, I'm just checking. All right, man. Yeah, we're over an hour, but let's wrap it up. We got about 5 more minutes. Shit. What do you got coming up next? This Thursday. Anything?
I got a boy out of Vegas. I'm a new artist out of Vegas. I'm working with, man, called DRAKEO, young brother, tough brother, and he just got picked up for one of my friends' podcasts, and we played some of his music. I played some of his music before, but I just want to get his opinion as an artist coming up in the game about how he feels about some of this activity. Because one thing for me as a grown ass man who really don't go to that kind of shit, no way. But a young brother up and coming. I know it got to make him think about his, maybe even second think his decision on getting in the game. And that's what we're doing, folks. That's what I'm doing this Thursday. DRAKEO out of Vegas. And he's also my nephew, so it helps too.
Nice. DRAKEO. Definitely check him out. Yeah, every Thursday. And this next Thursday is going to be like close to Christmas. So no, I think we'll still have a show next week. You still down to do a show next Tuesday?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Perfect. Maybe we could do like a little New Year's resolution show or something like that. Man, we have so many questions. I promise you guys, I'm copying and pasting these. And if you guys tune in next Tuesday, because we're already over an hour and I'm hungry as hell, I promise you we're going to get to these. So I'm going to copy and paste a couple of these.
Let's hit this last one with Philip Burke right quick.
All right, cool. Let's see. Philip Burke says, why did you think Snoop couldn't get ownership of Death Row? Now he's getting his show Murder Was the Case produced by 50 Cent. Is Death Row still getting a lot of money off the old music?
Death Row.
You cut questions, Amber. Get it.
Death Row was a $500 million company in the 90s. Okay. The licensing fees for any of that music is going to be hundreds of thousands per track. When Hasbro bought that catalog, I think they kind of forbid different, even Dre or somebody for even bidding on the stuff. Certain people couldn't even bid on it because I guess they didn't want to. That might be a straw buyer for sure. For Snoop to have that catalog is Michael Jackson powerful ass shit, and I don't see them letting them have that. That's probably why. That's some super powerful Michael Jackson black man owning some shit, and it's like saying why Snoop can't be an owner of the LA Rams because they don't let you do that kind of stuff. All right, now, Snoop may have the money. Now he gonna get his movie. Murder Was the Case, but now they know they got to use them songs to be in that video, and they gonna get a lot of their money back off of licensing them songs to 50 Cent and Snoop for Murder Was the Case, because you can't do it. You can't do Murder Was the Case without that song. You can't do it without that part, a good part of that soundtrack. So same thing with Straight Outta Compton. The biggest problem with that was Tamika was on up money for the music.
Yep.
OG tracks, you ain't got nothing.
That movie would not be the same. It wouldn't be the same.
Nothing. And
they tried it with Jimi Hendrix. Did you see? You probably few people know about the Jimi Hendrix biopic, right. And the reason why Andre 3000 from Outkast did an amazing job at Jimi Hendrix, but they couldn't use any of the original music, so it just didn't. It flopped.
Right. So understand the power of owning your masters, and that's what we're gonna end up right now. The power of owning your masters. And they didn't want Snoop to have that kind of power, man. Because that's dude. You're talking about something probably worth a few $100 million, man. A few $100 million. That catalog worth a few $100 million. I just saw where I think it was ZZ Top just sold theirs for a few $100 million. Okay.
Yep.
That shit right there, and Snoop shit is. I mean, Death Row is much bigger than ZZ Top. So yeah, y'all know who ZZ Top is. Look it up. Do with the spinning guitar and the beards, okay? But yeah.
Yep. And last point before we bounce. Speaking of ownership, I got to share this 30 seconds with you guys. Every single December, Mariah Carey makes $1 million from her Christmas song. And so if that right there, if that don't tell you that ownership of your music means something, or there it is right there. Every single year, Lonzo, on the clock, she makes $1 million from that Christmas song.
Okay. Now.
Every single year.
Understand the game, folks. Understand the game.
That's it.
No black.
Man, we got up to about 86 tonight. 88. Damn, 88. We almost hit 100. But you know what, Lonzo? That's still double of what we're normally. The word is getting out there, my man. Let's keep doing what we're doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, folks. Much love to everybody in the house. I'm out of here, folks. Thank you very much. It's been a great show as usual. And I got my new sound effects here, folks. What we gonna do? We're about to hit that thing. Much love, y'all. I will see y'all next week, God willing. In the meantime, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. We are out of here and showing love. All right, y'all. Peace.